Welcome. So for class today, blocks and a strap, maybe a blanket as well. We're gonna start off in a comfortable seat just for a moment and have a practice that is going to be something of a little backbend workshop. And we'll do all of this in support of lifting and opening the space of the heart. There is a really wonderful deity in the Hindu pantheon called Hanuman, who is the monkey-shaped god, who is often referred to as Mahahridaya, or like the big-hearted one. And so with that being said, we'll practice some postures to get us into the space of being, living, experiencing open-heartedness. So from your comfortable seat, fingertips, walk your hands back behind you, tuck the chin just a little bit, and push down into your inner groins as you let the spine lift up and away from that. And just take a couple of breaths here, trying to tip your pubic bones down towards the floor, letting the belly move forward, letting the chest lift, the collarbones widen. Start to snuggle the shoulder blades down the back. Take another breath or two here. Begin to shift over gently towards your right hand. Take your left arm up to the sky and get something of a side stretch happening. You're going to bring your left hand diagonally forward towards the right knee. And find the knee and twist a little further in the right direction or rightward. We'll come back upright, arms, or rather left arm to the sky, and then windmill it back behind you. Shift over to the left, take your right arm up. Back bend, adding some side extension. And just like before, gradually you'll start to stretch that right arm on the front leftward diagonal, bringing it towards the knee. Getting a bit of a twist. Come back upright. Both hands back behind you. Feel the back bend again. Good. And then go ahead and come upright. Shift to child's pose. Take a moment. Get yourself into that shape. And as you start to make your way to child's pose, find a positioning of your head that allows for the back of your neck to be very long. Perhaps the chin feels as though it's tucking quite a bit. Close your eyes and turn towards the vision of your heart. Just take some time to breathe down into the heart space and acknowledge whatever it is that you desire for this practice today. Whatever brings you to the mat that you'd like to develop. Take just a few more breaths here. See if you can create a deeper sense of your breathing. Feeling the ribs expand more and more with each inhalation. Beginning to feel the nature of what it is to be that Maha Hridaya, that great big open-hearted being. Downward facing dog pose. So something of a workshop pace today, more classically alignment driven. And we'll build towards backbend step by step, gaining a little bit more information from each pose that we do about how the entire self can contribute to something greater. So in your down dog, fill the length of time with adjustments, with movement, with breath. Notice how you want to be in the shape, what helps you the most. Try to take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Experimenting with what takes you deeper. Now, staying in dog, gently look forward towards your hands. And I want you to bend your elbows to the sides. And that's going to open your shoulders. Okay. So go ahead and set your gaze down towards the floor now and start to move your shoulder blades way down your back. Keep the shoulder blades moving down the back and start to press your shoulder blades into your ribs as you push the ribs into the shoulder blades. And now try to straighten your arms. I'm going to try and feel how the arms are part of our upper back. You know, the musculature that connects our arms integrates, and we can use that integration to more fully actualize stability and support. Go ahead and walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, front of the mat. Standing forward fold. Hold your ankles. Bend the elbows. Move the shoulder blades again away from the ears onto your back. Take a few breaths. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hold the ankles, fold, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, grab the ankles, fold, shoulder blades away from the ears. One more time. Come all the way up, breathe in. Hands to the heart, breathe out. Push your palms into one another, move the shoulder blades down. Press the ribs back, press the shoulder blades forward. We're going to go through Surya Namaskar A. Try to deepen this engagement of shoulder blades moving down and pressing forward. Rib case pressing back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step back, down dog. Firm the shoulder blades onto your back. Keep that high plank. Chaturanga. Cobra. And then down dog. Good, and breathe. Remember that first down dog. Whenever you need to, bend the elbows out to the sides. Get the shoulder blades down your back. Press shoulder blades and ribs together. Straighten the arms. You're gonna look forward as you inhale. Step or jump front of the mat, exhale. Lengthen as you inhale. Fold all the breath out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lengthen and prepare. Exhale, step back, down dog. Put the shoulder blades into alignment. And then flow high plank to the ground. Back bend. Down dog. Breathing. Look forward, inhale. Step or jump, front of the mat, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Fold all the breath out. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, down dog. Breathe in, high plank. Breathe out to the floor. Breathe into back bend. Breathe out, down dog. Take the right leg for split, inhale. Right foot forward by the thumb, exhale. Warrior one or high lunge, breathe in, come up. And then down dog or flow to down dog. From down dog, second side, left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, place the foot by the thumb. Inhale, warrior one or high lunge. Exhale, straight to dog or chaturanga flow. And so you can make this as much movement or as little. This feels good for you. Where you can put the shoulder blades onto your back. Mimic the action of pressing the shoulder blades into the ribs by pushing your hands down into the floor. So hands and shoulder blades balance out with each other. Ribs are pushing up. And then look forward, inhale. Step or jump front of the mat, exhale. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose, Kapotasana. Nice and deep in your chair pose. You're finding that chair that maybe you wouldn't want to stay in for a minute, but you can definitely stay in for 2 more breaths. Surya Namaskar B, continued. Inhale up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Step, jump, or flow to down dog. From dog, right leg split, inhale. Place the foot forward. Warrior one, inhale. Dog or flow to dog. Second side, when you get to your dog, on your breath. Left leg up. Warrior one. And flow or step to dog. As you're warming up, how's your shoulder girdle? How's your neck? How are your arms? We want to create support so the heart can grow safely. Not because any of this stuff is easy, because it's necessary for the body at the deepest level, at the systematic level, to feel like it can open. Look forward as you breathe in. Step or jump, breathe out. Lengthen, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose. That deep one. So 5 breaths here. After this, you're going to flow one more time through Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, come out. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Step, jump, or floated dog. And then whenever you're ready, start with the right leg. Just move on your breath, Surya B. Trying to integrate the earlier work so that you're moving at a pace that allows you to incorporate, that allows you to develop consciously. As you're warming up, is it possible to bring more of yourself into the pose, into your practice? And look forward, breathe in, step or jump, breathe out. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. And fold all the breath out. Come upright to stand. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring the legs together if they aren't already. Just looking down at your feet, lift and spread the toes. You just squeeze your legs in, creating a lot of strength to support this form. Now tone the tops of your shins forward. And keep doing that as you add in opposition an engagement of the tops of your thighs back. So shins forward, thighs back. Slide your tailbone down. Pull your waistline back. Your ribs back. Good. Now take the arms up to the sky. And from the pelvic floor, lift up through the spine. Hold on to the left wrist with the right hand. And start to side stretch over. So we're lifting our spine from the actions of the lower body. Legs squeeze in, upper calves forward, upper thighs back, tailbone down, waistline back. But lift your deep abdominals up. 2 more breaths. Nice, strong, deeply aligned side stretch. You can inhale up, changing sides, hold the right wrist. And just kind of work through the process again. Legs in, upper calves forward, upper thighs back, tailbone down, waistline back. Lift your pelvic floor up. Now try to keep the lift of the spine, come upright. Release the arms. Good. Take another breath here, Tadasana, and feel the intention, right? Feel how this is a pose, right? How you can engage with this as compared to just standing. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Same alignment, squeeze your legs together. Feel the top of the shins engaging forward. Pull the tops of the thighs back. Slide the tailbone down, let the waist go back, your ribs go back, and create more tone in your pelvic floor to lift the low belly, lift your spine. 2 more breaths. Fold forward, hands behind the feet. Shoulder blades away from the ears, breathing. Good. Take another breath. Come upright to stand. Hands back to the hips. So let's start to blend lower body, upper body. Squeeze the legs in. Tops of the calves forward, tops of the thighs back. With your hands, your thumbs at the back of your pelvis, help the tailbone to slide downward. Move the waistline back, the ribs back. Now remember the work of earlier class. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Press the shoulder blades and the ribs together and feel how that starts to create the back bend sensation in your upper spine. Go for a standing back bend, trying to blend all these alignments. This is the first time you're trying to do this kind of work. Be especially patient for yourself as your body adjusts to the challenge. Legs in, upper calves forward, upper thighs back, tailbone down, ribs in. So the waistline slides back, and then shoulder blades move down and push into the ribs. We're looking for an even extension through the entire spine, so you don't feel over pressurized in any one area. And as you move into the back bend, you should be able to feel an evenness and a comfort in the control. You can inhale, lift out by pushing your shoulder blades into the heart, arms to the sky. And exhale, fold down to the floor. Cool. We fold forward, extending the spine. Downward facing dog pose or flow to downward facing dog. Yeah. Notice if it feels any different at all whatsoever. Okay, great. Right leg for split. Enjoy a few moments here. And then you're going to bring your right foot forward and come to warrior one. Bring your hands to your hips for this warrior one. And lean forward a little bit, everybody. Yeah. Now, if you need to adjust for evenness, take your back leg, which is your left leg, further to the left. Okay. As you lean slightly forward, I want you to turn your entire back leg inward. So keep the foot planted, but try to feel the thigh spin in, and that should help you broaden that waistline a lot. Then take your tailbone down, sit deeper, come more upright in your torso. Okay, so this is all the first stage of the work. Inner heel pushes back, inner knee pushes back, inner thigh pushes back. Now move your ribs back and stretch your spine up. Yeah, nice, strong warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor, dog or flow to dog. And we're very controlled workshop pace today so that we can figure out how we can add elements to our practice for the more vinyasa heavy classes that we'll do in our lifetime. Left leg front split, bring it forward, warrior one. Come up, hands on the hips, and again, lean forward. And this just makes it a little easier for your spine initially. Adjust your back leg for comfort, maybe step it forward, maybe to the right, whatever works for you. And then turn your entire back leg in until the waistline on the right side broadens. Tailbone goes down, you sit a little deeper into the pose. Good. Inner heel back, inner knee back, inner thigh back of the right leg. Move the ribs back and then stretch your arms to the sky, lifting your spine, breathing. And see how much of yourself you can pull into this. And after this next breath, go ahead and step or flow to down dog. Right leg for split. Bring the right foot forward. Left knee down. This is when you might use a blanket to pad the knee. Anusara. In your Anjane, let your pelvis go forward. And just take a couple of breaths here. Yeah. If you're practicing this sequence live, it just got really cold here in the Northeast. Just kind of dropped 15, 20 degrees in a day. So your body might be feeling that, right? And if you're somewhere else on the planet, some other space and time, you can still just acknowledge the steadiness of the pace and support of your system. Okay, bring your hands up to the front thigh now. Tuck the chin a little tiny bit. Take your waistline back, your ribs back. Keep doing that and start to lift your chest up. Now below the ribs in your back body are your kidneys. Can you lift them up and then extend your arms? So a lot of times that intersection point where the low spine and the middle spine come together, bottom of the ribs area, we tend to collapse there. So I want you to lift the bottom of your ribs up more. 2 more breaths in this back bend. And then inhale, control your way out, down dog, or flow to down dog, right? So just because it's a workshop pace doesn't mean you can't add vinyasas. Do what feels good for you. Left legs for split, and then bring it forward. Back knee down, lean into it, breathe. Right? And if we're looking to advance our practice in the direction of our little on the mind invitation, right? We want to engage as best we can with this concept of having a flexible awareness, right? So that each practice can be unique. So we can have a vinyasa class one day, and we can have more of a steady, slow hatha practice another day, and use both to our greatest advantage. Hands to the front thigh. Because yoga is really about figuring out how to engage with all that we are. Take your waistline back, ribs back, lift the chest, arms up, lift your kidneys, bring it into a back bend. Right? How much more of yourself can you put into this shape, into this moment? Step or flow. Down dog. If you've been using a blanket, keep it where it is. Take another moment or 2 in your down dog. Reset actively. And then go ahead and bring your knees down to the blanket. Tuck your toes under. We're coming for camel, ustrasana. Upright, please. Hands on your hips. Go ahead and just let yourself get heavy down in your base. Try just a classic camel, whatever works for you for a moment. And then on an inhale, lift out. Come and sit on your heels, tucking your toes under. Cool. That initial free form, just to kind of check and see how the body might habitually come into the pose. And now let's try it with the alignments. Come upright. Let your hips go back a little bit. So you're folding your spine forward slightly. Just makes it easier to integrate. Toes are tucked under, hug the legs together. Keep the thighs as pressing back, slide your tailbone down. Keep your tailbone sliding down, ribs back, but let your pelvis go forward. Good. Actively push down. Tailbone starts to move forward, lift up through the back of your kidneys, lift up through your entire back body, maybe hands to the feet. Legs are squeezing in, thighs back, tailbone down, waistline back, lift up, 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 up. Inhaling, push your ribs or your shoulder blades into your ribs, come out of the pose, sit down. Great. So we're looking with therapeutic practices like this to take the pain out of the asana, right? Poses should be, well, should isn't necessarily a fair word. Poses can be pain-free. So let's notice what it takes to get that to be true for us. Let's do one more time, Ustrasana. Align in any way that works for you. And try and build towards that great open-hearted space, that fully integrated, fully aware posture. And sometimes what will open the heart most is taking a step back, right? Giving our practice a break, some relief. While other times it's absolutely taking a step in or forward or deeper. When you want to come out, lift yourself out. Lock blanket off to the side, down dog. Maybe a little flow, or 2, or 3, or 25, whatever works for you. And you feel the difference in your body now as you flow, as you're flowing. Right, what's been shifting for you? Front of the mat. Forward fold. You're going to come upright to stand. Hands to your hips. Standing back bend again, everybody squeeze your legs in. Upper calves forward, upper thighs back, tailbone down, right? Hopefully this is becoming a habit. Waistline back, ribs back, but lift the back of your ribs up, adjust your shoulder blades onto your back. Push ribs and shoulder blades together, creating a stability for the neck. Pain-free. Can you walk your hands down the back of your legs a little bit? Do you still feel pain-free? Whenever you want to come out, push your shoulder blades into your ribs. Arms up to the sky, side stretch. Holding one wrist, crescenting over. Trying to reintegrate, reconnect the alignments. Changing sides of your side stretch. Come back upright, fold to the floor. Stay here or float to down dog. Everyone forward fold front of the mat. Whether you went through a flow or stayed in your forward fold, take an extra breath here. Come upright to stand. One more time, standing back bend. Stage 1, hands at the hips. Stage 2, hands at your heart. This is not about how far you bend your spine. So try to step away from the notion of how things look and instead commit to how things feel. And what would it be like to feel every aspect of yourself in this practice? Learn what your maximum is moment to moment. Chair pose. Step or flow to downward facing dog. Everyone's in down dog. Take your right leg for split. Pigeon prep, bring the right knee forward behind the right wrist. If pigeon prep is not your thing, then the hip opener is laying on your back, ankle to knee, Suchirandrasana. Hands wherever works for you. You pick. We're opening the hip. If you have props and you want to use them, you can go ahead and use any props that you like. We are going to be in pigeon, folding forward for a minute. Extra support block underneath the back thigh can be really lovely. Block underneath the sternum, heart area. Close the eyes. Bring the gaze back to the space of your heart and breathe. Inviting your attention to settle at the very bottom of your heart. Breathing in and out from there. If you're on your back, stay as you are. If you're in pigeon, come upright onto your fingertips with your left hand off to the left. We're going for a twisted thigh stretch back bend. Right hand to the right thigh. Squeeze your hips in, lift. Right arm to the sky. Left foot in, windmill back, hold the foot. Staying as upright as feels good for you. Maybe coming down onto the forearm. And gently easing yourself out, changing sides, everyone. So whether you're on your back or in classical pigeon, go ahead and make your way to the second side. Take time to settle in. Remember to add props or take them away as feels good for you. Staying as you are. You're in pigeon, go for the twisted thigh stretch. Yeah. You can make your way gently out of whatever shape you're in. Down dog. We're going to make our way to a seated position. So if you were laying on your back, you can just come upright to a seat. You're doing the classic pigeon series. Down dog for a moment or so. Get a little reset moment in. And then you can make your way to a seated position. We're going to do one-legged virasana. Now this is when the block might come in handy. Right, so just let's all start off using a block underneath our sit bones. So it's going to be turned the wide way, right? So both of your sit bones can evenly be underneath it. And as long as the knees feel safe, you're good to go. If there's pain in the knee, add more height. And if you can't come into the posture without pain in your knee, then try some other thigh stretch that would work for you, right? The goal is to try and work open the quad right now. You could do standing thigh stretch, coming to a wall, whatever works. Now, friends that are in virasana comfortably, go ahead and bring your left foot forward. So you're actually only in Ekapata, the one-legged variation, okay? And if you don't need the block and your sit bones comfortably come to the floor, then by all means, you can move the block away. I'm gonna start to walk back, find that early of shapes that we did, creating a back bend in our spine, breathing. You can stay here, maybe straighten your left leg. Maybe walk down onto your forearms. Now, at some point, you might start to notice that the low spine gets a little crunchy again. So stabilize both legs downward, pushing them into the floor, the top of your right foot, the back of your left heel. Lift your pelvis, slide the tailbone towards the knees, and then bring the pelvis back down to the floor. That should help you clear your low back, deepening the stretch in the bent leg thigh, and maybe you can come all the way down onto your back. Ekapata Supta Virasana, one-legged hero's pose. Takes a hero to be in this pose, I suppose. We're going to stay here for just a little bit of time, and that is going to be personal or unique to every body that is taking class. Our goal is to work through the deeper thigh towards the hip flexor, and that can take a bit for us. If you're in the pose and you start to feel your low back or your body contracting more, you don't feel safe, just go ahead and come back to an earlier stage. Right? Now is a good time to change sides. So set up your second side, make sure you're pain-free in your knees, and then go ahead and start to lower down. It's playing around with how you can adjust inside the shape for a deeper and deeper stretch. Oof, yeah. And perhaps close your eyes and acknowledge the full length of the stretch. How much of your quad are you feeling? How deep is the release going? And as you open your thighs more and more, what frees up in your upper body? Are you surprised by that? Is anyone feeling releases in areas they weren't expecting? Your neck, perhaps? Inside your skull? I feel just how interconnected we actually are. Now remember, when pain starts to set in, if pain starts to set in, we've gone a little bit too far. So you just back out of the pose. We want to be able to feel safe in each posture, to breathe fully in each posture, and to acknowledge some joy within each posture. So come out of the pose and try classical virasana. Both legs bent back, pelvis is on a block, or your sitting bones are completely on the floor. And just hang out here. Now I have real thick calves. So when I come into this pose, I often actually have to physically move my calf tissue off to the side so that I can come into a comfortable, safe bend. We want the center of the heel pointing up to the sky, and the center line of the heel should be lining up with the second and third toe. Thigh bones are parallel like railroad tracks. The knees do not need to touch in this pose. Not every body is designed for the knees to touch in this shape. So we're just looking for parallel femur bones. Staying upright is quite a feat. Maybe walk your hands back. Yes. And again, just take your time, right? If only for today, if only for this class, right? Give yourself permission to take your time to be present with the stretches, and trying to identify which alignments are really helpful for you to clear the body in these shapes. Right? So you have all the technical knowledge that you need to keep yourself very safe in these shapes. Maybe come into full Supta Virasana again, or for the first time rather, but the full form. Maybe try one-legged again instead. Are your hips even left to right? Do you feel balance in your pelvis front to back? Which side is tighter? Is the stretch perfectly symmetrical? Down dog, counter stretch. Or just tabletop stretching a leg back. Something like this. Perhaps you do another little flow. Grab a block, put it under your hips, sits bones, left foot forward. One more time, one-legged Supta Virasana, deliberately on a block. The block can be any height. We're going to increase the stretch to the quad and hip flexor this way, working one more time. The higher the block for those of us who can drop in without the block, the deeper the stretch to the hip flexor most likely. Just a few more breaths. Sensing the stretch from the outer pelvic rim down through the inner knee. Changing legs. Yeah. Remember, you can always pause or wind and do all this stuff again and again and again to help settle this work in your body. Ease yourself out. Good. I'm going to still use the block. And we're going to lay down on our backs with our shoulder blades supported by the block. So go ahead and give that a shot right now. It'll take a little bit of time to negotiate exactly where the shoulder blades are in relation to the block. But we want to be able to feel that support so that when you reach your arms up to the sky and plug the head of your arm bone down, it should feel like you're pushing the shoulder blades into the block. Interlace your hands behind your head, holding your head. Elbows point towards the sky, suck the armpits back, and just feel the engagement of the upper back muscles, shoulder blade area. And move your shoulder blades down away from your ears, still on the block. And you're just developing this strength and this engagement, okay, with support. And this is all stage one. If you want to go a little deeper, keep your right hand where it is, but bring your left hand to cup your right elbow. Use your left hand to help push down towards your right shoulder. And then see if you can keep your right shoulder integrated, your right shoulder blade down, and then move or wiggle your right hand closer to the block. The right forearm stretches towards the floor. These are big ifs, right? Changing sides. Hold the back of your head, elbows to the sky. Plug the head of the arm bones down towards the floor, into the shoulder joint. Feel the shoulder blade muscles, upper back engaged, stabilize there. Or stage two, right hand cups the left elbow. You actively push down through the left shoulder. Maybe you reach your left hand for the block, bringing your left forearm and elbow towards the floor. Come back up, hold the back of your head. Work here, reset here. Good. Maybe try both at the same time. So right? So in other words, you won't be using your hands to cup the elbows, elbows to the sky, plug your shoulders down, release the hold of your head, and reach your fingers for the block and try to wiggle down, wiggle down, wiggle down. Keep the shoulder blades toning down your back. Slowly unwind. You're going to safely consider rolling to one side to come off of the block. Yeah. Great. So now we've got the skills developed to go for a pose called Paryankasana, which combines Virasana legs with what you just did in your upper body. And we'll use the block. So come to Virasana in your lower body. On or off a block or blanket or whatnot. Start to lower down, Supta Virasana. Bring your shoulder blades to the block. Hold the back of the skull. Plug the head of the arm bones down. Stage one. Reaching your hands for the blocks. Stretching your forearms towards the floor, stage two. If all of that feels a little too intense for you, but you'd still like to integrate the arms into the pose, then take your arms up to the sky, plug the shoulders in, hold the elbows, and just let your arms go overhead. Yeah. Stay in the pose. If your arms overhead, change the hold of the arms, the opposite forearms on top. Come back up into, or come back into the arms extending overhead. Yeah, just a little Paryankasana. Make your way out of the pose. Block off to the side. Lay down on your backs. Yeah. Feet close to your hips at the width of your hips. We're going to come right into full wheel pose now. Arms to the sky. Plug the head of the arm bones down. Adjust those shoulder blades onto your back. If you're not doing wheel, you can do bridge, or you can put a block underneath your pelvis for restorative bridge. Everyone trying full wheel, you might be surprised at how far you'll be able to go into this pose today after all the prep work we've been doing. Bend the arms at the elbows, place your hands by your ears, follow your breath to come in, take your time. See what it's like to let the vision of your heart for this practice, your desire for this work to lead you into the poses. Lower down, constructive rest, feet a little wider than your hips, knees dropping in. Arms can rest at your sides or hands on your body. 2 breaths, maybe you require more. Consider 3 rounds of wheel pose. Okay. See what your body thinks of that. And if you're into it, if your body is excited about this, try round 2 and then round 3 at your own pace. And hold them as long as feels nice for you. And just have some fun. We've worked really hard to develop the awareness, the strength, the flexibility for these poses today. Okay, so that was my round 2. I'm going to go for round 3. Remember, let your heart guide the way. Whenever you're finished, full constructive rest. Feet wide, knees toward one another, wrap the arms around the chest. Gently pull the shoulder blades open. Breathe into the back of your heart. Changing the wrap of the arms. Stay in constructive rest, but place your hands on your body. Close the eyes. Just breathe, feeling your practice. Now, if this spot feels like the fullness of the heart and the practice have blended, and you are content, just stay as you are in constructive rest a little longer. A deeply healing pose designed to release your psoas. If you'd like to try for one more little back bend moment, this will be the last thing that we attempt moving towards Kapotasana. And you'll come upright. You're going to tuck your toes under, grab a block, put the block back behind you at the highest height. Hands will be at your hips, or hands will go to your heart. We're going to try a little drop back moment. So stabilize your legs and do all the alignments that have been working for you today. Create a back bend shape, and then let yourself drop back. Head tries to find the block, and then you come back up. And you can try that a few times. Dropping back and coming up. And maybe dropping back again and coming up. Now, if all of that felt very good and safe and fun, then we can try for full Kapotasana. Remember, not everyone does everything in a yoga class, but everyone can do something. And we can just look at all the things that we know about ourselves and all the things that we've discovered from today's work and apply that to this moment, whatever we want to fill this space and time with. Let it be infused with your heart. If you'd like to try for full Kapotasana, you'll drop back. Hands go like full wheel. And you start to walk in, head closer to your feet. Try to get your forearms to come to the floor, snuggling your fingers towards your toes and breathing. Kapotasana. A comfortable exit strategy, whatever that might be for you. Trying the pose once, twice, a million times, whatever feels good. And there's one more little standing thing that we're all gonna try. I know we've got to get back up, we do, but I think you'll be very happy. You're gonna use your blocks and come to a very comfortable, very supported for you pyramid pose. Right foot forward, left leg back, left foot at 45 degrees. Several breaths here. Choosing the most expansive form of the pose for you. Inseam of the left leg presses back, inner heel, calf, thigh, low back broadens on that left side. And a nice thank you moment for all the work the body has done. Bring your right hand to your hip and gently press the outer right hip back as you lengthen your spine. Stay rooted in your left leg, start to twist towards the right, twisted triangle pose. And down dog to change sides. Hands can stay on blocks. Pyramid, left foot forward. Right foot 45 degrees, wide enough that it's very clear your low back and waistline on the right side are broadening. And then twisted triangle, left hand to the left hip. Press the outer left hip back. Lengthen through your spine. Left arm to the sky. And one more downward facing dog pose, please. Last one in class. Coming out of down dog. Time to lay on your back, have your strap nearby. Supta Padangusthasana. Bring your right leg up to the sky, loop the strap around your right foot. straighten the left leg. Several deep breaths here. Holding the strap with just the right hand, go ahead and let the leg open out to the right. Supta Padangusthasana 2. Searching for the stretch that's enough for you. You can change sides, taking your time. We're using the straps so that we don't unintentionally overwork our upper back. Rather, just let your shoulders be more relaxed. They've been doing plenty for you. Leg can open out to the left. When you finish both sides, happy baby's pose, please. Now all that's rest, all that remains, you can see where mind is. All that remains is for us to rest. If you feel that there's anything else your body desires, take your time right now and go for any extra poses. And if you are ready for Shavasana, now is the time to make your way there. Get as comfortable as possible. Take your time to fidget and to adjust into the shape. Legs wide, rocking them around a little bit, sliding the tailbone down. Arms at your sides, as wide as feels nice. Snuggle the shoulder blades down. Rock the head side to side, releasing the jaw, your neck, your tongue. Find the perfect spot back of the skull to settle, and then just release your body down. And just stay still. Experiencing your body as resting. Allow yourself a moment to acknowledge the fullness of this experience. If you have more time and your body desires longer Shavasana still, please stay as you are. If you'd like to move and stretch, do so mindfully, gently. It's perfectly appropriate to close class in Shavasana. If you prefer a comfortable seat, you can join me. You'll bring your hands to your heart. Let the thumbs rest towards the sternum. The chin softly bows. And breathe up and down through the spine. And from the heart, once more expand out. Maha Hridaya. Feel yourself as the great-hearted one. Acknowledging all the ways in which you met this practice with an openness. May we bring this with us into everything that we do. Filling every area of our life with heart. Bow a little deeper. Close with the chant of Om, easy breath in and out. Join anytime. Oh. Deep, deep peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all. Be well, be well, be well. Take care of yourselves this week. And I hope to see you all real soon. Have a great one.